Hey guys! Elizabeth Quinn here again with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents. Welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to check out my website, which is waftingwonderfulwax.scentsy.us, where I'm Liz Quinn, your star Scentsy consultant. So today what I have for you is my weekly What I Have Been Warming. The problem is I've had a really nasty cold, as I'm sure you can still hear in my voice. So there's a lot of stuff on this table, but I can really just tell you I only smelled about half of it. So I had wanted to do more Bring Back My Bar reviews a little bit at a time, but with the way that I was feeling, there was no way I could truly deal with new scents with any sort of credibility, so we'll just have to look at next week and maybe even some special Bring Back My Bar reviews specifically closer to January 1st, because I was just down and out in the nose department for a bit. I am still not feeling 100%, but enough better to bring you what we did warm that for a lot of this, my family enjoyed it a whole lot more than me. So the only scent that I kind of got a little bit of an experience with before I went completely nose blind because of my cold was cinnamon, which I thought would be very nice because I wasn't feeling all that well. So this really was very soothing. So if you're not feeling great, the cinnamon and the peppermint that was in this was exactly what I needed while I was laying on the couch blowing my nose 100 million times and feeling sorry for myself. So then the snowberry, I did both of these on the same day in different parts of the house, and because it had that sort of pepperminty, almost menthol kind of a note, I could smell that most of the time, and it was very comforting. I mean, there's nothing worse than the best time of the year for melting nostalgic and meaningful scents, and you just can't smell a darn thing. But anyway, so these two together, you don't have to be sick to enjoy them, but they were very good for me in that particular case, and I really liked them. So before I lost my sense of smell, I had one of my dear friends over for lunch, and I did a lot of cozy kitchen in the house when she was over, and it was just so good. This went into my club, and all of the things that are LTO, limited time offer, that we've been having all season long, just please know if you didn't watch my news bulletin video, they're all going to be gone stroke of midnight, January 1st. So get yourself some of this in club. It's all sold out as far as this type of brick in the collection, but these are wonderful. All 5 of them were very nice depending on your taste, but this was the standout for me that I know I can use all year, and I wanted to put it in my club. So it has brown sugar, it's got oats, it's got caramel, it's got cinnamon, and it has a really pretty milky creaminess, and it is a very, very pleasant scent. So another day before I really started to get sick, I had Wassail Wonderland, which is a wonderful orange scent, you guys. I think many people do not talk enough about this. It was in our scents of the season many times over in the last decade. And it is the most wonderful, festive, juicy orange with clove and a lot of fir tree. It's so good. And to amp up the fir tree factor, I did Frosted White Pine also. And this is current in our scents of the season. Now this is a very outdoorsy with a little bit of like a sharp greens and like white winter woods sort of a note layer. And I do really like this. I did not club it because Sleigh Ride is by far and away my favorite of our evergreen scents this year. But that one was very nice, and it was good as a pairing in the house. Another day when I was just starting to sort of get my sense of scent back, which was yesterday, I knew Sugar Plum Berry is just a beast. This thing pumps out of the warmers at a very high level, so I put this in all over the house. Thankfully, my family didn't complain while I was trying to half smell things. And this is so good, you guys. It's so festive. It's like sweet tarts with a lot of Christmas spices and a tiny, tiny bit of, I don't know if it's really evergreen, but just different Christmassy notes. It is very nice. It's an awesome performer, and I have in my club, and will keep in my club because I did a bunch of cuts recently, Dancing Sugar Plums, which is so good. I'm sad that they retired this. It's just so nice. It has mellow plum, apple, simmering spices. It's very good paired with a lot of other scents. If you have St. Nickerdoodle, this is excellent in alternate warmers. It's good with apple butter frosting and alternate warmers. It's just the best. So these two together were very nice, and I'm kind of at the stage of recovery where when I walk by the warmers, I can smell it better than when I'm sitting away from them, and it was really, really nice to smell those again. So today, even though I don't sound great, I can smell better, and I did a whole bunch of my favorite smell this season, which was from last year, but I've been loving it this particular Christmas season. Sweet, orange, and evergreen. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is now tied with Cozy Fireside for my favorite scent Scentsy's ever made. There is just something about this that is nostalgia in a bar. It is the best evergreen scent with a little bit of orange. It's phenomenal. So this is all over the house. And to complement that, another one of my all-time favorites, Sweet Orange Pomander, which is in my club, and I still have some bricks I'm working on from back in the day. This is the most heavy spice bomb orange pomander with lots of cinnamon and cloves. It is just gorgeous. I believe in the European regions they still have this in the catalog. This just makes me so happy. It is so festive, and I'm enjoying it very much right now. It is so good. Okay. Another thing, I think that's everything that I was doing kind of out in the open because I was somewhat scent challenged and other people in the family don't care that much. Oh no, I've got some Yankee and I do have some Teddy Bees. That the Teddy Bees I knew I wasn't going to be able to smell that while I had a cold because those are softer scents, but some of the Yankee, I'll get to that. And that was mostly being melted from my husband when I couldn't melt a darn thing that I could smell. So in the Florida room, before I lost my sense of smell, we did the Season of Magic. I really, really loved this bar last year, and I have several of them. I'm not feeling it quite as much this year. Maybe it was just the day. I put it in the Florida room, and it is a very sweet, happy, artificial, crystallized sugar, berries, and pine tree scent. But it just seemed a little too sweet for me on the particular day that I melted this. So I don't think I'm going to fight to get any more because I have quite a few bars of it. And this the kind where I melt one, maybe 2 clams a year. But it is really fun. And I believe this is another one that you might want to take a look at. I'm not sure if this is leaving January 1st, but no, it has to be because it's in the holiday brochure. So the holiday collection, this will be leaving. If you love it, club it or get a stack. And then Cinnamon Pine Cones was a standout for December scent of the month last year. It is so festive. It's very, very Christmassy with a really nice resinous, sweet cinnamon, pine cones, and balsam smell. And if you want a rock star mix, which I will be doing between now and Christmas, I've got so many things that I want to squeeze in right before the holiday itself. Take 1 cube to 1 cube of cinnamon, pine cones, and very snowy spruce. Mix them directly in warmer. It is Christmas in a mix. It is so good. So this is great by itself. So is very snowy spruce, but together they're even better. So then things that I was doing in the basement, more of the cinnamon pine cones, a whole beautiful bar of whiteout, which I am enjoying. I am enjoying this so much. I got this in before I got sick. So beautiful, you guys. This is still in clearance right now, along with Painted Leaves, which my sister-in-law finally ordered. I think a dozen of them because she forgot to club it when it was available this summer, and it's a long saga. But anyway, now I can let that rest because she's got enough, and I pulled Painted Leaves from my club because I only melt it like once a year, and I got 6 more of it, and I've got 3 or 4 of them, so I'm good for quite a while. But this is staying in my club personally, even though it's in clearance, and I could get a pile because I like it too much to let it go. So it's really nice peppermint, a little bit of golden apple, and just a whisper of pine. It's perfect. It is my favorite peppermint scent since it's ever made. I love it. So then something that's going down there right now is Rustic Lodge, and this is going with the Yankee that I'll talk about in a little while. This is gorgeous, you guys. Such a beautiful smell. This is so me. So this is very like cabin in the woods with a lot of almost soapy, but in a good way, kind of pine. It's beautiful. Just makes me happy. A little bit of wood smoke. Another thing, and I have to say, sometimes you just don't know what's melting because it's newer to you and you're not 100% familiar with it, but it'll catch your attention. I was running around one day cleaning up the house and doing some things for company before I got sick, and I threw 2 cubes of this in my retro reindeer warmer in the basement. And I kept going up and down the stairs thinking, what is that gorgeous smell? It was Christmas cottage wreath. This is so nice. It gets a little bit sharp sometimes, which is why I did not club it. But a couple cubes in a large space. You guys, this is so vintage Christmas. I know that this has eucalyptus. It's got spruce, sprig, and clove along with the Christmas cottage base. It is wonderful if you like heavy tree scents, which of course I do. And it just caught my attention in the most wonderful way. So Christmassy. I loved this. So I got a couple more coming in the mail. I have a stack of 5 or 6, and this is another one of those smells that's very strong, and you probably, with the number of wax bars I've got in my house, I'm only going to go through 1, maybe 2 clams of that in a year, so it'll do me for a while. Another thing, which this is the last 3 cubes of this that I have been holding on to for several seasons. Happy Holly Days. I was going to say Happy Holly Jolly Days, but that's mixing brick in the bar in my mind here. Happy Holidays. I would love to see this back. This was, I don't even know if it was Scents of the Season. I think this was a holiday trio several years ago. This had some bayberry and some pear and some other rather subtle Christmassy notes. I liked this. This was a day where I was starting to not feel real well and I was only half smelling, but I could still pick this up in the basement. I wish I had another clam. It's very, very good. Really nice, and it's different. So then in bedrooms, we were doing some of the Wish Bar. This is the best lemon with a little bit of lime and vanilla sugar. You guys, this might be the wrong time of the year to bring this scent out, but for all the rest of the season, January through like September, this is my favorite lemon scent, I believe, that Scentsy has ever made. I liked it so much that I did some other club edits. I'm not even going to tell you what I took out because you'll yell at me. But I don't even know if I'm going to club this or stock up, but this bar will be my favorite lemon scent to melt. It's just amazing. It's beautiful. I love it. So then, the other one where I really, really debated, do I club this, and I just got a good amount more, is Christmas Cottage Cider. But the thing is, I like to melt this in smaller spaces. It doesn't throw terribly well. It is a beautiful orange and apple cider with Christmas Cottage base. It is medium strength. Really nice. Really, really nice cider scent. Of all the ones that they put into that collection, I'm thinking we might see this in the catalog next year. I don't know how popular it was. I loved it. And then I finished off a clam of Just For You, which my husband likes. This is fir needle and blackberry, really. And it's good. It's kind of sweet with the fir and the blackberry mix. It's pleasant. So then I did start to work through my Christmas stash of Yankee because I have quite a few melts that I need to get through. My husband's very favorite scent of all time, anywhere, anyway, anyhow, is Balsam and Cedar by Yankee. I understand why, because we're both tree freaks. We love really strong tree scents. This one, man, even when I was sick, I could smell this because it has this, I wonder if there's amber in here. There's lots of sap. There's lots of cedar and balsam, and it's sweet and tart. It is so, so good. Very classic, and I had this when I was a kid, so this is a very nostalgic scent memory for me. And then two others that I picked up the last couple years, Holiday Hearth, which I don't think they make anymore, and Holiday Zest, which I don't think they make anymore, are both a little bit nondescript for Yankee. Usually there's more spice, but there's smokiness, there's spice, and there's some sort of citrus in both of these. And there's probably evergreen in the Holiday Hearth one. They're very nice. They're atmospheric. That smoky quality is excellent. So I enjoyed both of those, and I'm trying to get through some of that. And then last but not least, I want to discuss a little bit of my Teddy Bees stuff with you. So, my Teddy Bees journey. I started by trusting my friend Robin, who has an excellent nose, back in August, I think, with an RTS order to introduce me to London Fog, which is beautiful. I have, I think, 2 different styles of her wax in that, and then some other things for fall, some of which I really loved. Then I wanted to do my first available big pre-order, where you agonize over the list that's available and you order ahead, and then in a couple months you get your shipment. So there were some amazing things in my holiday pre-order. So I had a Christmas is Coming Christmas Pass, which is still my favorite. That's not in this week's melting. The sugar chestnuts and apple butter, I didn't melt that this week, but it was amazing too. So I reordered in the RTS, which is like whatever is left over plus more things that she pours after the pre-order. It's an interesting business model to continue to keep people interested and engaged, so that she does a lot of work a few times a year, and then the rest of the year the shop is closed. Very, very interesting. So the Christmas is Coming, the chestnuts one, the Christmas Past, and then the Praline in Woods. I had to get more of that, and the Holiday. Now, a couple of those are here, and then there are a bunch of other things that I didn't get in the pre-order that I chose to get in the RTS, so I kind of have a hodgepodge of those different orders. I have enjoyed my Teddy Bees so much, and I know there will be another pre-order in January. For me personally, I have to kind of rein it in, though, because I have quite the stack of things that I haven't even tried yet from the last 2 types of orders, and then I'm sure there will be a couple things that I can't resist, but in the winter I have to be good because our business is seasonal, and that's the time to lay low a little bit with our spending, if you know what I mean. But let's start out here with what I got from the RTS that I had not talked about when I did my pre-order haul. I just did not feel up to doing an RTS video. But Fall into Christmas, oh my goodness, I loved this. This is a subtle eggnog scent. It's her what is this one? It's the buttered rum, eggnog, butter cookies, and vanilla pumpkin. And I can tell I love her vanilla pumpkin. I have a vanilla pumpkin in cashmere from the fall RTS that I just love it. And I love this too. Oh, it's so good. It's so buttery. It's got that warmth from the pumpkin and the vanilla. Then it's got the eggnog. It has just a little bit of rum, and it's got those cookies. And it's delicious. So I totally took a chance on getting a loaf because it wasn't available in the smaller sizes in the RTS. Or at least I didn't get it in time. I love this. I was very, very happy with that. Another thing that I tried out in the RTS that I am liking today is smoked ginger snaps. This is much better warmed than it was on cold for me. And it's very old-fashioned, almost like a spiced tea. Specifically Stash's tea that has like an anise or a licorice flavor. I get a lot of that kind of thing in here. Then you get roasted pumpkin. Yeah, I think that's what's in here. You have roasted pumpkin, Tahitian vanilla, charred wood, cardamom, gingerbread spices. All those spices remind me of the tea, and then you get the layers of pumpkin, which is very subtle. I can't pick out pumpkin specifically, and the vanilla makes it sweet and smooths it out. Fabulous scent. And this is going to be great all through the winter because although it is festive enough to do at Christmas, it doesn't have to be a Christmas scent because there's no like balsam or cranberry or anything in here. Really, really nice. And then the other things from the RTS. Oh, I did not have the bravery to do White Woods and Smoky Vetiver in the pre-order, but I am so glad I got it in the RTS. White Oak, Cashmere, Soft Woods, Vanilla, Palo Santo, Vetiver, and Sweet Smoke. You guys, it's very soft, but it's lovely. I don't even know how much better this will be after 6 months or a year, but I will be melting some of this in my bedroom this season and then hopefully saving some for next year. Absolutely beautiful. It's light. It's floaty. It's a little bit exotic. It's so peaceful. I think this is going to be a perfect January scent, and the packaging is stunning. I loved this. Now, what else did I have? Peppermint cookies and cashmere. I'm not a peppermint person. This is very good. It goes a little bit nail polish for me when you first get it in the warmer, and then it smooths right out, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. So we have the peppermint sugar cookies, sugar cookie dough, cashmere cream, and vanilla birch. It's probably the cashmere cream and the vanilla birch that get a little bit sharp for me, that nail polish note, but it's really pretty when it warms, and this one really throws. This is very, very good. Then I think the last one that's new, nope, there's two others that are new. Oh, Christmas tree. Now, I am a hardcore tree lover, as I've been saying throughout this video. This is a nice scent, but of all the things that I could say complimentary of Teddy Bees, I want a festive pine tree smell when you say, oh, Christmas tree, or evergreen, balsam, I don't care which green, whichever green. This one was a little bit disappointing for me, not because the smell isn't beautiful, but it does not give me Christmas tree. So this is lovely. It's got great packaging. But what I think is throwing it off for me is the balsam fir, frosted juniper. It's the sage. I think the sage and the vanilla. It's gorgeous, but to me this is more just like a woodsy scent for the winter, more than it is a Christmas tree scent. But it's beautiful. And if you're a Christmas tree hater, this is a good Christmas tree scent. So then Christmas cookies, which I know my friend Charity, like, she loves this. This is really good, you guys. I liked this a lot. It's so good. This is so homey, which is what I have fallen in love with all of her holiday type scents, are the homey ones with the blends of the bakery and the pine and the sweetness and the spices. Oh my gosh, they are fabulous. So an assortment of baked cookies, powdered sugar, buttercream, pine, and warm spices. Yes to all of it. It's beautiful. Very charming. I would order this again in the future. I don't necessarily need another tub right now, but it's really good. I'm enjoying that. So those are all the new ones. And then I had to get into more of my holiday. This is really, really good. I am liking this because there is a note in this, and it's not just me, that is not on the oils label. Like all the different things that she puts in it, somehow there's cranberry in here to a lot of our noses that's not on here. It's the scent of wreaths hanging, cookies baking, winter garland. Maybe there's cranberry in the garland. I don't know. And warm fireplace. Oh, so good, you guys. This is the very first thing I was tempted to warm when I got my pre-order, and I got some more of it in the RTS. It's just, not even the RTS. Then she did like a secondary, get rid of what was left, plus her own stash thing, and I got a couple souffles of this coming in the mail. So good. And then last but not least, Christmas is coming. This one I went back and got a loaf of in the RTS. Oh man, I wasn't sure about this at first, but I started to fall in love with it the more I melted it. Warm gingerbread cookies, cinnamon sugar pastries, fluffy waffles covered in powdered sugar, hints of cedar and Fraser fir. And it's the Fraser fir, I think, where I'm addicted to the gingerbread, which to me is super subtle. I really don't get festive holiday gingerbread as much as I get just a sort of spiced bakery nuance. And then you get the nuances of the fir tree, and I'm hooked. It's amazing. So this is definitely one of my top 3 of everything that I've gotten so far from Teddy Bees. I hope that that was informative, that you've had fun, and that I sound a whole lot better the next time that I talk to you guys. So I will have the Scent and Warmer of the Month video probably after Christmas, because I am not in the mood to think about Valentine's Day right now. But that's going to be Candy Orchard and a really, really cute heart-shaped element warmer. I'll get that done next week. And then I will really start working on warm reviews of the BBMBs, the rest of the Mardi Gras collection, and anything else that's LTO that I need to be paying attention to. I hope that you guys have a Merry, Merry Christmas. Remember that Jesus truly is the reason for the season. It's not just a jingle. He is the reason that we have hope. And I hope that you guys have an amazing, amazing Christmas. God bless. Bye-bye.